Hello and welcome to the Intuitive Messenger channel. I am Mitchell, your Intuitive Messenger, and it is Tuesday, July the 16th, 2013, and this is your energy forecast or recipe for the day. So I want to say today is a number 16. The actual day is 16. That's the Tower card. So when I work, my communication, my teaching goes kind of through tarot, which is how I work. And astrology is coming in, numbers coming in, symbols, signs, other things pop in as well. But the Tower card is about kind of just collapsing, reshaping, rebuilding, crumbling, earthquake, fire. I'll use the word devastation. It is basically creating a clean slate for you. Now, you also add up 7, July, 16 the day, and 2013 the year, and you're going to get the number 20. Now that card is the Judgment card, and that is often about being freed from things that are holding you back. Do you see that? So the recipe for today's energy is about, you're going to be, here's the image that they gave me, and I had to write it down because it was so beautiful. And it even happened before I got in my quiet time. But you take that energy of today, and it's like a friend showing up at your door and saying, hey, there's going to be a lot of wiping of the slate clean today, a lot of clearing, cleaning, destruction, and there's also going to be a good time for you to be freed from anything that's been holding you back. Sometimes people walk out of complete devastation of property and kind of go, I learned that was just material things and my family is what really matters. So that's where you're being freed from, what might have held you back. So it's almost like a friend showing up, taking your hand and saying, here, I'm here to help you today. Now you can also look at it as someone showing up to rob you of your things or rob you of that thing that you might be holding on to that makes you feel comfortable. So that's kind of like the light and dark side of what I would say the high energy versus the lower, denser energy. So let the friend show up today and help you with wiping slates clean, being freed from the things that bind you. The image I just got is the truth is finally out. Your little secret, you're busted. But what's the upside of this? You have released all that weight off we've probably all been there holding a secret for a day, a week, years. I think of someone who held in like rape and molestation for years and how heavy that was when finally you released that truth. You were freed from that. That could be a 16-20 day for me, doing something like that. For me, like coming out of the closet and living who I am, huge weight off my shoulders. Didn't do it till I was 33, people, which by the way was the same year that Jesus started his ministry. Not comparing myself to him, but I hear so many people talk about the age of 33 being a very important year for them for change and growth. So I think it's just an interesting year as well. And also wanted to talk about, I wrote some notes because like I said, before I even got into my quiet time, they were telling me, I read I'm on a couple pages and someone was asking about, what tarot cards mean this and mean that. And if you read my posts and you hear me speak, I'm very conscious of what I say, especially when I'm going to print it out there. And if someone says, what does that card mean? Like I say, what does 16 Tower card mean? I will say it often means. Because when I say it often means, that means that's not the black and white. It's not this or that. And people will say, oh, well, that card means that, or the number 13 means this. And I feel like it can, if that's your belief, but that's not always my belief. Number 13 is a very lucky number for me because I also boil it down to number 4, which is peace and stable and comfort. It's the death card, which is people think, oh, that's horrible. But that's also, again, ending one thing, moving on to something else. So the interpretations go along with belief systems. So your belief system is not the same as mine. Yours is not the same as the person next to you. So like that'll be one of my key points tonight when I'm teaching developing your intuition using the tarot, the basics of tarot, is people will say, well, what does this card mean? And it can literally mean anything you want it to be. If you look up the definition of that card in the book, that's a great place to start. But then, let it start creating its own definition for you and also work intuitively. So, when you're going through your day and a sign, a symbol, or something pops up and you're not sure, You know, it's good to go back to what you've been learned. Ask friends. I have apps in my phone for animal totems and numbers and astrology and all that kind of stuff, and it's great to look into. But when I see that, oh, today's a tower card, 16, tower, destruction. You know, I live in a 16 house, and I always was told that it's, ooh, not good, not good. But this house has kept us moving constantly. And you can look at that as never being able to rest, but it's kept us on our toes. It's shifting, it's changing, it's growth for Fabian and I. Once we recognize that, it kind of felt better. So there's a long lesson, and I'm going to pull a card now. So let me dive right in. And the card is 10 of coins or pentacles. So this card, first of all, 10 is the number 1 when you boil it down to a single digit. So that often is about beginnings. Often is about beginnings. Doesn't have to be. It can be selfishness too, because one, solo, solamente, alone. So, and then coins are often about money, resources, finances, abilities, you know, things along those nature. Coins and pentacles are the element earth. They're rather slow moving. This can often represent 10 years. So if you're asking the cards, give me a time frame, which if I'm pressed by you, a client, I will. But I will also follow it up by saying, if you like that number, stick with it, because that's the most likely what's going to happen. If you don't, you can change it. You can expedite your growth, or you can slow it down. So keep that in mind. So 10 of coins here. Definitely feel like a very prosperous day. And going back to the energy of the day, being freed from the things, you know, that have been holding you back, by clearing that slate, I think it's going to open up the room for great family growth, great business growth, personal finances. You know, let's say you're a drug addict and say you're alcoholic. You know, you are freed from that. Think of all the money you've spent on it. That right there would echo with this kind of feeling for this day. So utilize the energy of this day, put all of this together, create a beautiful recipe for expediting your spiritual growth, which is ultimately what this is about for you. So enjoy that and this day. My Blog Talk Radio show is tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Call in about 8:15. Lots of animal communication. Just need you to post a picture on my Facebook page, and you can post it under the animal communication album if you want, or just right on the main page. It's easier to find that way, we've discovered. Tonight, develop your intuition with the basics of tarot. There's still room to sign up. I've got quite a few spaces left because I can go up to 25 people. So you can find that in the comments below. Just look for the virtual lab. Sign up. That's 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's interactive. You'll be able to see me. I will not be able to see you, or at least I'm not supposed to. So don't click the video icon. But you'll be able to ask questions. We'll go over it, talk a little bit about the history of tarot, working intuitively with them, touch on the basics of numbers and symbols and things. But then each of those things will eventually become their own class, and we'll dive in more as we grow. If you don't get to it tonight, you can always purchase it as well and just watch the archive. It just won't be interactive for you then. But it'll be about 60 to 90 minutes, depending on the questions, how many people are there. What else? Sunday nights, 8 p.m., Cosmic Caffeine. Been having some amazing shows, amazing healings, connecting with Talia. If you've not gone to Angels for Talia, Talia, go to that page. Jamie and Evan have been visiting her, doing some hands-on healing. The story is still going on. So it's a beautiful story of this 13-year-old girl dealing with some serious cancer. So keep sending your prayers. We want just love, light, and joy for this wonderful little child. So I say to you, namaste. The divine in me recognizes and sees the divine in you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.